Dare I even attempt to make a video during Mercury retrograde? I guess I am. Happy Saturday to everyone. This video is about what's happening right now. It seems like social media has been pretty much ghosted for the last couple of days. I think I actually broke out of my mold and posted something on Facebook today that got a big whopping 1 like out of 4,000 friends. Maybe everyone's on vacation. I'm not sure. Oh no, I didn't just come in here without my water again. Yes, I did. So, what's happening? What's happening? Beautiful Saturday evening to everyone. The question is, dare I make a video during Mercury retrograde? Perhaps I'll knock on wood there and see what happens. But I just thought I would come and say hi and check into the energy. I don't specifically have a whole lot to tell you. I'm going to let it just happen. So we already know that Mercury is in retrograde because that's what the last video was about. However, what I didn't know until today was every planet within the solar system is in retrograde right now, except for Mars and Venus. So all the other things we're going backwards about in our thoughts and our feelings and our emotions with all the other planets. And the only thing that is currently not in backward motion is the first planet is Mars. Now tell me what an interesting combination this is. So we have 2 planets that are not in retrograde. The first one is Mars, which is the planet of energy, action, and desire, the animal nature of man. And, with desire comes both polarities. So we have anger, aggression, and survival mode tossed in there with the animal nature of man, the energy of action and desire. Venus is our other planet that is not in retrograde. And Venus is the planet of pleasure, relationships, comfort, and finding the beauty in the small things, the pleasurable things, the things that bring us joy and pleasure and happiness. I think that's a really interesting combination. So you can kind of look at that and almost guess how people are going to be acting with feeling pleasure, aggression, anger, and it doesn't have to be those things. But in other words, Mars is a very fiery, action-oriented energy, and Venus is very, let's just let it go and go with the flow. Oh, that breeze that's coming in the window is amazing. I don't know about you guys, but our weather here in Ohio has been absolutely beautiful. I did get myself to go out tonight, which is very out of the norm for me. And it was so much fun. They actually had the streets closed off in Northside. I'm not sure what was going on. I think it was somebody's block party. But yeah, they had like 2 or 3 blocks closed off. So that was fun. So I just kind of walked down the middle of the street. But I went out to this awesome, awesome restaurant. Anybody that comes to visit me here in Ohio is definitely going to that restaurant with me. It's amazing. It's Nepali food. If you like world cuisine, you will absolutely love it, love it, love it, like I do. There's a little something that keeps coming up in my tarot readings in the last couple months, so I'm going to bring that to your attention. I know that every person out there has experienced this firsthand, but there are always people in our life that give us the same energy on a continual basis. We all have that friend that's always really happy and really joyous and really happy to see you. And when they're around you or when they call you, you just feel an absolute joy. We also have friends and relatives who we know maybe for our whole life only ever give us the energy of a 2 or of a 3. And this is an important thing because right now the ascension is pulling us into alignment with our lives. And so we want to give and reserve a lot of our energy for what is most important to us. When it comes to what is most important to us, I just was noticing in readings that most people on the ascension path were full of wisdom and knowledge and teaching, and have really good listening skills. And so what that lends itself to is wanting to be your best, truest, most authentic, helpful, beautiful self to every person you come in contact with. But the ascension energy, our body mentally, physically, spiritually, intellectually, all the way around, our body needs more rest and more of an energy reservation. And this is the reason I want to talk about this. So maybe you have a relative or a friend that you've known for many years. Let's say Aunt Betty. Let's say Aunt Betty only ever talks to you, deals with you, corresponds with you on an energetic level of a 2. But you're always giving to Aunt Betty at an energy level of 10 because it's who you are as a person, right? But right now it's really important to give people the energy that they are giving us, right? Someone doesn't want to talk to you, let them go. Don't talk to them. If they're always continually giving you an energetic 2, there's no reason to give that person an energetic 10. Now, I don't mean this when we're talking about people we've recently met, because if we don't know someone, we don't know in advance, or most of us, I guess, don't know in advance how someone's going to work in a symbiotic relationship of give and take when it comes to communication or the input and output of energy. But when talking about a family member or a friend that you've had for a multitude of years and you know they're only ever going to give to you at a 2, right? But then you think, well, if I give back at a 2 and I know better and I have a more expanded awareness than that person's going to pick up on what I'm sharing or what my energy exchange with them is. And at some point, they are going to change that energy. Now, with the example of Aunt Betty, though, if you've known Aunt Betty for 49 years and she's always ever given you a 2 in energy, I suggest that you consider giving her a 2 back, because this ascension process right now is taking a whole lot of energy. There are so many different downloads. The gateways have been much more energetically charged than they ever have. And we need that precious energy for our life force right now. And we not only want to reserve it for ourselves, but reserve it for the people that are giving to you at a higher rate of an energetic exchange. Because what I noticed even in a small circle is if I'm giving everyone a 10 that's giving me a 2 energetically, then when that person that calls always gives me a 10, I'm tired and I don't even sometimes cannot energetically invest or energetically cooperate with what that person's given me, because I've given so much of my energy to things that are not an energetic or frequency match for me. So that's really, really important. And again, new people always invest that energy until they have shown you otherwise. So really just a reminder on, I know when I talk to people a lot of times, they feel like they're not being authentic or true to themselves if they don't put out their normal output of 10 energy. But the thing is, most of the time, people are not going to change their output of energy towards you. And this is something that has been coming through in readings for the last 3 months solid. And when it did, I actually looked at how that pattern was affecting me in my life and how I was always giving a lot of energy to people and situations that didn't deserve it. Now, I wasn't a person that was giving Aunt Betty a 10 when she only ever gave me a 2, but I was kind of using my intuition, my psychic ability to decide whether to give that person a 7, 8, 9, or a 10. So our energy reserves are really, really, really important. And the reason they're so important right now is there are so many new things coming on to the scene in our individual lives and for us as a collective, because it's the more we change and expand and open ourselves up to the possibility, to new possibilities for growth, for love, for cooperation and for communication. The more we open ourselves up to that, the more we get that. So we're drawing in now people that are giving us a higher output of energy than people in the past had given us. So there's a really beautiful energy of, in its singularity, there is an offer, energetically, there is an offer that wants to be made. Okay, so that means within me, there is an offer that wants to be made, and that means for other people in my surroundings, in my field, there are also things that are coming into my field that other people want to offer me, jobs, relationships. That'll be everything, because everything is shifting and changing. The higher your energy, the higher your connection to the unlimited potential of the quantum field, and you could find yourself doing nothing and not even leaving the house, but magnetizing love, or doing nothing and not leaving the house, but making money, or doing nothing and just have people run to your house from the other side of the street, which is a really fun experience that I had today. My neighbors came over, and I actually did a free reading for my neighbor last week, and I met her mom, and her mom was just, she wanted to hug me, and I hugged her, and it was just like she was radiating this rainbow energy that I couldn't see, but I could feel, of love. And so they came over today, and mother and daughter, they are like, I think the mother's around my age, daughter's like maybe 38 or something. So we're pretty close in age. But the mother was just going through all this stuff and talking about the awakening on planet Earth, and how beautiful everything is, and how everything in the third dimension is nothing but a distraction. I've never had this kind of energy exchange with someone. I live in a very, very liberal neighborhood, and I am probably one of the most liberal people on the planet when it comes to how people live their own lives. However, the liberal agenda in the last decade has been insane, but mostly the last 2 years, all the divisive tactics that there are present there. So it was really interesting that people are just coming up and talking to me out of the woodwork. So the singularity of expression, the emotional expression here, is that there are things I want to offer to people and to the world from myself, being the singular form. And there are things, energies that are coming in that want to make offers to me too. And this is a very interesting subject, because in readings it always comes up, and the people that I talk to on a daily basis, it always comes up. They're like, just tell me I'm not crazy. I'm seeing this and I'm feeling this, and I think this is about to happen. And I feel like a kid on Christmas Eve, like I'm preparing for a celebration that, there is no 3D outward expression or communication about any of these things that I'm seeing and feeling are about to happen in my life. And there is also none for you guys. You just have this burning feeling that all of these amazing, amazing, amazing things are going to happen. And they always happen energetically, interdimensionally at a higher level first. And so what I would ask you to think about or take a look at is where is your joy and fulfillment? Because the things that are bleeding through interdimensionally are extremely joyous. Like, I am so excited about what is coming in. There are a lot of people feeling this right now. And I know for me, for many months, my tendency was to shut it down and say to myself, there's no 3D proof that this person, place, or thing is happening, so I need to calm down my excitement, right? And the other people that I'm talking to are doing the same thing. Like, there is literally no basis in the third dimension for any of these things we feel are about to come. But here's what I can tell you I've noticed about that. You repress it when you say, well, there's no 3D evidence of this person, place, or thing, so I'm going to disregard everything that's bleeding through intuitively. And what that does is slows down the energy that's already on the way to you. So the energy comes in interdimensionally, it bleeds through, you feel the excitement about people, places, and things, right? And that is such a connection to the unlimited potential of the quantum field. So then if you verbalize to yourself in the third dimension, okay, Tina, these things are not really happening, I stop that interdimensional energy. Within the very second that I open my mouth, I stop it. So one of the things that has been happening to me is when I have, and this is going to be personal, but it is what it is. Hopefully nobody gets offended by this. So for many months, I have felt someone in my energy field. And we are working very diligently on releasing the things in ourselves and the thoughts in our mind and all of the things that are stopping the beautiful expression of the multidimensional energy from coming in. So here's how I dealt with it, and don't deal with it like I did. I was a bad monkey. Okay, this was not helpful to me at all, and that's why I'm going to share this. So I felt this other person's beautiful energy show up, and immediately I got really defensive. Like, why are you here? What do you want? If you can't talk to me, like have a conversation with me, or you can't talk to me in the third dimension, you can just go away. And that energy did go away when I said that. And I thought, why am I doing this? Well, I was aware that the reason why I was doing it is I felt like it was a pipe dream or something that I was making up, right? Not tangible, never going to happen. So initially when the energy comes in, it's beautiful. And I close my eyes and I revel in that other person's energy. But then I was picking up back to that bad 3D habit of saying, this person's not here, I'm making this up. So what I decided how I would remedy this situation was to change my attitude. Part of the ascension process is running into beautiful relationships that we've had in past lives multiple times. And a lot of times these relationships would come with an amazing amount of triggering that happens, right? So whatever my inner child wound is, this lifetime, past lifetime, we trigger each other's wounds. Now, if we can work on those things, the trigger becomes beneficial. So we should be using that trigger somebody's triggering us at a cellular level, most of the time when it comes to past life stuff, we don't know why they're triggering us. We just know what they're saying is bothering us or making us angry, or maybe we feel rejected, insecure, not good enough, all of those things. But this has to be met with a greater and higher understanding and awareness of what this truly is. So that gift of trigger is just that. It's a gift. It's so that you can release the things within your cells, within your patterns, and within your mental space that you need to let go of so that you can move forward into your life, right? But it's really, really difficult when we don't have the map of, okay, I know this, we know we were running into so many people in the last couple of years. It just gets more and more amplified every day now. People and situations that we have loved before, worked with before energetically. And so these people feel familiar. It is a gift for us to trigger, to let go of old patterns, old habits, and things like that. But it's easy for us to get wrapped up in the 3D-ness of, well, if this person really liked me in the third dimension, they would do this, or they would say this, or they would act like this. Whatever it is that is triggering you when that person is not, you don't feel like they're understanding you, right? But the thing is, we are meeting these people now because we have dealt with them so many times before. And obviously we have contracts with people. And right now is not a time when we're talking about contracts of bad energy or karma, okay? It's the exact opposite. These unions or reunions of our soul groups and people we worked with, healers, sound healers, medical healers, we've worked with these people over and over and over again, and we come back now at the end of this cycle to perfect that relationship or perfect that healing profession that you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing. So look at it not as karma or karmic justice, but more as we're evolving and expanding our conscious awareness to the point that these relationships are the most beneficial gift we have on this entire planet, hands down, no matter what. They're bigger than the downloads. They're bigger than these solar events. They're bigger than these portals. They're bigger, bigger, bigger than everything. So if you, like me, continue to tell yourself, I did this for months, go away. If this can't be in my 3D life, right, then it's not a person who understands me. It's not a person who loves me. It's not a person who values me or wants to be friends with me, right? Because they're not there. They're only there energetically. So I realized that this relationships are expanding in their conscious awareness, just like every piece, part, and speck of our existence. So what my lesson was, and what the lesson is for everybody in this, unless you have mastered it already, maybe you have, is that when someone else's energy comes to you, some beautiful energy comes to you, the reason why they come to you, the reason why they are showing up in your field, is because you feel like respite to them. You feel like home to them. You feel like safety to them, okay? So if you're doing what I was doing and saying, you're not visible, tangible in my 3D reality, so take your energy out of here until such a time when we can do that. What that was actually doing, first thing I noticed is what that was doing to that other person that was looking for solace or respite or comfort in me. So I was chastising that person for wanting to be in my field and feel comforted by me and also to give me comfort. That's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed is we have to get out of the brain about relationships. and about choices in general, not just relationships. And this is pertinent or happened to me in regards to relationships. That's why I'm in this context right now. What I had to do was the next time that person showed up in my energy field again, instead of going to my reptilian brain and saying, no, 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 no. If you wanted me, you would be here. If you cared about me, you would be here. You would communicate with me. I took a deep breath and I closed my eyes and I said, how does it feel to have this person's beautiful energy in my field? And left the brain completely out of it. So if you are a person who's experiencing this, and I know that's really a personal thing to share, that's who I am. I'm pretty transparent. But everyone that I've been talking to in the last 2 months is dealing with this same conundrum. So how do I treat a relationship that's coming in on a higher frequency or vibration or interdimensionally? How do I treat that because that person is not in a personal space where they can interact in a 3D way? So when you tell someone to go away or chastise someone for taking respite or solace in your beautiful energy, you chastise that person and you also cut yourself off from receiving that person's beautiful energy as well. So if you guys are experiencing this thing where you feel this person, place, or thing very strongly is going to happen, that's because it is going to happen. And just don't be like me and tell yourself, oh, that's not going to happen, or it would look like A, B, or C, right? Because we are in a third dimensional avatar, but our dimensional consciousness has expanded so much that it shows up before it shows up. And one thing that I find really interesting is in telling people, which has only happened in the last couple of years, that I can't tell you where my information comes from, except for that it is non-local, right? It's not here. So anything in the 3D, what's on my table, what's on my glass, what am I watching on my computer? That's a tangible thing that is in the third dimension. The other things we feel before they get here. And I know you guys know that. But it's been so easy for people to tell themselves that they're crazy, that this is not really happening. Hence my personal sharing, how silly I am. But it is hard because even if we know better, that's just how our brain works. Our brain has a filing system that says, in my relationships in the past, this, and this happened because of whatever X, Y, and Z reason. So when someone says something similar or has a similar action or a similar energy, we go right back to the file in the brain. That means A, B, and C. But it doesn't really mean that. It means maybe someone at a multidimensional level has realized they love you, they care for you, and they really, really desire to be in your energy field before they have the 3D recognition of that. So that's why I'm telling you my experience, and maybe not chastising yourself and that other energy. The only way I felt to deal with it was take a deep breath and close my eyes and say, how does it feel to be in this person's amazing, loving energy? It's so comforting. And then that was it. And then I just let it go. And that was a huge lesson and a huge release for me. So while we have only 2 planets that are in a forward motion, one is about love, desire, passion, balanced relationships. The other is about anger, passion, desire, taking action. Everything else is going backwards. So those 2 things may be really, really prominent to you right now. So you may be feeling a lot of animal instinct, but the animal instinct is going to be towards things that are pleasurable if you're in a balanced energy. I don't look at like, so you can aggressively look for a job, right? Or you can aggressively go after your goals. Aggression doesn't necessarily need to mean anger or anything negative. So the energy from those two planets is action, desire, animal nature, and then pleasure, relationships, comfort, and unending beauty. That's an amazing combination. And then when you throw the Mercury retrograde and Libra in there, means that Librian energy is going backwards into what fulfills me, what balanced me that I didn't say, what did I leave unsaid, what do I really need to express right now? Because as an energy reader, which means I read energy all the time, it's stronger outside than it is in the house. But I can always read the energy. And the energy right now is the singularity of yourself wanting to offer yourself the unlimited potential of connecting to the quantum field. Now, I didn't realize today, after I'd made a video a couple weeks ago saying, the only way I could describe to you how I see what I see is to explain to you that it's non-local, right? And today I watched a 2-minute TikTok video, and the man said that the reason we can manifest at a more accelerated rate, you can say mantras or put notes all over the house, but if you don't believe it, if you can't perceive it, it's not going to happen no matter how many times you say your mantras, right? So I didn't know this, but in this video, the man said that the quantum field is non-local. So what I'm going into for everything that I'm viewing is the quantum field. And I've been doing that kind of accidentally my whole life. It's just the last 2 years I have been consciously doing it and doing it with intention. So within the quantum field, we don't have to work for anything. In 3D, job equals paycheck, right? In the quantum field, if you can feel like you are rich now, if you can feel like you're abundant now, if you can feel like you're in the perfect relationship now, you will be. Quantumly, there is no time and space. So whatever energetically you can talk your body, mind, and spirit into, you can have. And I thought it's amazing. The quantum field is unlimited potential. So saying it to yourself, repeating it, writing notes, it doesn't do anything. So if you're wondering why you're not manifesting, you have to get yourself in the energy that that person, place, or thing, whatever it is you desire, is already here, right? Let me feel what it feels like to be healed in every cell of my body. Let me look at what it looks like to see a scan of my body that's completely clear and free. And I say those two things to myself every day because I am not going the conventional Western medical route that has been proposed to me by multiple doctors. So how I am changing that is I'm asking myself every day when I'm walking, I do the meditation walking, how does it feel, Tina, to have a completely clear scan of your entire body? How does it feel, Tina, to be healed in every cell of your body right now? And I'm walking down the street going, yes, because I have to get my energy. And what I do is I will repeat that thing. So some things are easier than others, right? So some things I may say once or twice, but when it comes to my body or changing the energy in my body so that I can reset my brain so that it resets and realigns the health of my physical body, I will say that thing. How does it feel to be healed in every cell of your body? How does it feel to see that your scans are completely clear and free and that you don't need surgery? I will say those things until it builds, right? I'm building this energy. And I repeat myself so that I can, so that I am encouraging it. I'm cheerleading myself to feel. How does it feel, Tina? How does it feel, Tina? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? How does it feel? Until I'm walking down the road going, yes. And a bus comes right towards me. It says 17, which is the star card in tarot. And then it says welcome to Mount Healthy. So that's what I'm doing. Quantum field is where it's at. And all you have to do is allow and invite yourself to feel how good it feels to have that thing that you want right now, and that thing will show up. Now, I started doing this meditation just for my own personal realignment within my body and my own personal body's healing, but it's manifesting everything in every department in a very quantum, unlimited potential kind of way. So there are offers for you out there. There are offers for me out there. They are in the quantum field. Don't get discouraged with yourself or tell yourself that it's not real when you feel it, because you feel it before it happens. So that's like saying, why don't I have tomatoes? Why don't I have tomatoes? When the plant is growing and it's got flowers on it, you have to imagine it like that. Your life is like a plant that's growing, that already has flowers and is going to bear fruit. You just have to be patient for fruition, because the longer amount of time and the stronger you can stay in that energy of, oh my God, how does it feel to have this thing that I want? Okay. The more you can get hyped into that energy, the faster it comes. Now, this is going to sound somewhat bizarre, but what doesn't come out of my mouth that sounds somewhat bizarre? So I'm never a person who believes in manifestation to the point, not to the point, but whenever it involves, it's getting hot in here, any type of manipulation, right, towards another person. But I was walking and I was saying to myself, how does it feel to have the love of your life show up? And every time I said it, I saw this person walking around my house, and all I saw was him from the waist down. I saw his jeans, and he was walking around barefooted. But this works, you guys. This is absolutely, absolutely amazing. And I know I've talked about the Joe Dispenza meditation for abundance before. I've sent it to a multitude of you guys already. It's life altering. It's literally saved my life. I have done everything physically known to man for physically what is going on. But resetting the brain to the quantum field of unlimited potential is where everything comes from. I wanted to share that with you. This energy is amazing. I feel happy. And I know a lot of people are having a hard time because I don't want to talk that much right now. But this has been a real challenge for me in the past 2 years, because I've always been a positive person, right? But it's easy to be positive when everything is going your way, okay? So if you need to realign your health, or you've had other extremely challenging things going on, it becomes more of a challenge to get yourself into the positive mindset of believing that you can be healed, or believing that you can be loved, or believing that you can be abundant, whatever it is for you. Seeing it and believing it is the only way to happen when it comes to that connection with the unlimited potential of the quantum field. Now, having said all that about Mars and Venus, having said all that about giving your energy, give people the energy they're giving you, and everything that I've said energetically about not cutting yourself off when you feel something coming in multidimensionally. And the reason is the energy shifts every day on the planet, right? The energy is always shifting. But my non-local Quantum Heart read the energy about 2 hours ago, and man, you guys, it is beautiful. It starts with what I started with already, and that is there is a gift that you want to offer yourself, maybe a gift in every aspect of your life that you've never given yourself. And maybe you're 51 years old walking down the street going, yes, 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 I can't believe at 51 years old I finally figured out how to change every cell in my body to joy and love and abundance, right? But the energy is so strong for offering yourself whatever it is you want to offer yourself. Maybe what you haven't allowed yourself to experience, or maybe what you didn't feel you were worthy of experiencing before. Or, maybe you thought, well, I'm 60 years old and no one's treated me like this or looked at me this way, so it's never going to happen. But the energy is, you want to give this thing to yourself, and that other person, there is a person out there that wants to give you what you want just as much as you want to receive it. And the other energy, and this is kind of one energy broken down into three. So the one is the new beginning of emotions, of things that are fulfilling to you and what you want to give to yourself, the beautiful things that you want to experience, express, and give to your life, and how beautiful that is that someone wants to return that to you. Because there is nothing better than loving someone with your body, mind, and spirit that loves you back for body, mind, and spirit. Not your goals, not your religious beliefs, not your body. Someone loves you and wants you and desires you and feels pulled and connected and magnetized to you the same way you feel to them. And we feel love in so many different ways for so many different people, friends, family, everything. But this love energy out there today is magnanimous in a way I've never felt before. It's because the quantum field will show you whatever it is you're putting out there. And what so many of us are putting out there right now is wish fulfillment and dreams come true. That's a lot of love energy. That's a lot of emotional bliss. It's such a gift to have such a heart connection to someone who loves you for who you are in every speck of your existence. There's nothing more beautiful. And I know that there are many people that feel that energy around them in their life, even though that person is not there just yet. It's important for us to know how loved and how powerful and how brilliant we shine, like beautiful stars all over this planet, okay? And what is shifting this planet is not the death of the queen. It's not the end of pretend viruses. It's us getting in our love energy. And I know that it's a lot of fun to look at these amazing mile markers for things in our third dimensional reality that point us to the fact that it's almost over. But the most important thing I want you to know is it's almost over because you are a brilliant star shining your incredible light, and you're opening up to emotionally to new beginnings, and to love, and to letting your cup run over with love and fulfillment for other people and the joys in your life. And we as a group tap into the unlimited potential, and we look at that. That's what the simulation is. And I made a whole video about the simulation. But the quantum field of unlimited potential is the simulation. Whatever I'm happy about is what I get. Whatever I can feel right now in the moment, if that's my partner walking around in his jeans with barefoot in my apartment, if I really feel how amazing that is to have him here, that's when you're talking about bypassing the 3D time and space and creating those things in a quantum way, which means that person, place, or thing could just beautifully roll into your life tomorrow morning when you wake up. So happy, happy Saturday, and happy manifesting the dreams, the goals, the life, whatever it is that puts joy in your souls, that brings you the feeling of healing, compassion, and love for yourself and everyone else. I love you. So much love. Bye.